children, I hope you have gone through my previous video, and today we will continue further. Today we are going to study about the types of reactions. Now in that, the first type of reaction is addition reaction. Now through this reaction, the unsaturated compounds get converted to saturated compounds with the help of attacking reagents. Now that means in addition reaction, 5 bonds get converted to sigma bond. Alkenes, alkynes, carbonyl compounds all undergo addition reactions. Now there are following types. The first type is electrophilic addition reaction. Now this is the reaction in which electrophile gets attached to the unsaturated molecule in the rate determining step. Rate determining step is the slowest step because it takes the maximum time. Now for example, addition of HBr. Now let's first see addition of HBr to ethene. Ethene formula is CH2 double bond CH2. When HBr attaches to it, first what happens, to one carbon hydrogen gets attached, so the other carbon gets a slightly positive charge, so it becomes CH2 CH3, and this CH2, the carbon over here, it gets a positive charge. Now to this positive charge attracts the negative charge of bromide ion, and bromine gets attached to this and it becomes CH3 CH2 Br. Alright, now similarly let's see with propene. When HBr is attached to propene molecule, it is CH3 CH double bond CH2. Now when it comes in contact with HBr, because of this HBr, a polarity is developed in propene molecule, so it becomes CH3 CH. This carbon has a delta positive ion, single bond CH2 delta negative ion, double bond is converted to single bond. Now with this when it reacts with H plus ion, so obviously H plus will combine with the carbon having delta negative charge, so it becomes CH3 CH CH3, and this C has delta positive charge, so this will combine with bromide ion and it will form CH3 CH Br CH3. Alright, now the addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkene, it takes place according to Markovnikov's rule. What is Markovnikov's rule? It says that the negative end of the reagent attaches itself to that carbon which has lesser number of hydrogen atoms. So in this case the negative part was Br, so that attached to the carbon which had lesser number of hydrogen, so this, and the positive part obviously to the carbon which has more number of. So this is according to the Markovnikov's rule. The next is hydride shift, methyl shift and phenyl shift. Now these types of shifting in the molecules takes place during electrophilic addition reaction in order to explain the stability of carbocation. Now order of shifting, the least shifting will be in hydride shift, then methyl shift, and then maximum shifting is in phenyl shift. Now the mechanism of electrophilic reactions, it takes place in 3 steps. First is chain initiation. So in chain initiation what happens? See, ROOR. So this will change it to 2 RO free radicals. Then RO free radical will react with HBr. It will give you ROH plus Br free radical. And HBr will split into H free radical and Br free radical. Second step is chain propagation. Now in this case the chain is CH3CH double bond CH2 propene. This will come in contact with bromine free radical and it will form CH3CH CH2Br. This is 2 degree free radical. Why? Because the free radical is at second carbon. Now next one, CH3 CH double bond CH2 plus Br free radical. It is giving you CH3 CH Br CH2. Now this case it is 1 degree free radical because the free radical is on the first carbon. Now in these cases 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree. So mostly the 2 degree free radical is formed. Third step is chain termination step. Now in this case this free radical CH3 CH CH2 Br, this combines with hydrogen free radical and it gives you CH3 CH2 CH2 Br. Similarly CH3 CH CH2 Br combines with HBr to give you CH3 CH2 CH2 Br plus bromine free radical. This bromine free radical combines with another bromine free radical to give you Br2, and hydrogen free radical, 2 of them combine together to give you H2. So this is the reaction mechanism. Next we move to the second type of reaction, that is substitution reactions. Now this generally takes place in saturated alkanes and in aromatic compounds. And in this one group, substitution means one group is being substituted by the other. It takes the place of another. For example, see here, CH4 plus Cl2. So one of the hydrogen will be removed and in its place one chlorine will come. So it will become CH3Cl plus HCl. Similarly, C6H6 plus Cl2. This will give you one hydrogen will be removed. So C6H5, in its place one chlorine. So C6H5Cl plus HCl. So these are substitution reactions. Now substitution reactions also are of different types. First is electrophilic substitution reaction. In this, one electrophile gets replaced by another. It takes place in aromatic hydrocarbons. Now first example of this is halogenation. Addition of halogens. Removing halogen will substitute the hydrogen, like C6H6 plus Cl2. It will give you C6H5Cl plus HCl. C6H5Cl is chlorobenzene. Now what is the mechanism? Mechanism is that ClCl in presence of AlCl3, because this reaction takes place in presence of anhydrous aluminum chloride, will form Cl plus and AlCl4 minus. Now this carbocation or this will lead to formation of carbocation or sigma complex. So when benzene comes in contact with Cl plus, what happens? See, shifting of electrons take place from this double bond to this carbon. As a result, this carbon, it gets a positive charge, and hydrogen, to this hydrogen a chlorine also gets attached. So there are resonating structures. It can be like this, HCl shifting from this bond to this bond, or it can be HCl shifting from this bond to this carbon. Alright. So shifting can be from any one of these, and finally we get a structure which is having, this is a resonance hybrid structure, which we can show like this. Not a complete ring, because only 2 of the double bonds are present, not 3, because to the third double bond this chlorine has got converted into a single bond, and to this chloride has got attached. So this is the second step. Third step is formation of proton from carbocation. So from this that was formed over here, now this hydrogen ion will get separated and you will be left with chlorobenzene plus H plus ion. And this H plus will react with AlCl4 minus, which was formed over here, to give you AlCl3 plus HCl. So this is the mechanism of halogenation. Next type of reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction, is nitration. When benzene reacts with concentrated nitric acid in presence of concentrated H2SO4 at 60 degrees Celsius, it gives you C6H5NO2 plus H2O, nitrobenzene. Now see the mechanism. Again, first step is generation of electrophile. So HNO3, when it comes in contact with H2SO4, it forms H2O plus NO2 plus ion and HSO4 minus ion. Now this and when the benzene ring comes in contact with NO2 plus ion, again shifting of electrons take place, double bond gets converted into, from double bond the electron shift to this carbon with which is having single bond, and you get a structure like this HNO2, and shift this carbon has positive charge, or it can be this carbon with positive charge, or it can be the third carbon with positive charge. Alright, now you get a resonance hybrid structure, which can be shown depicted like this: ring, benzene ring, HNO2, and the inner ring is not complete because there are only two bonds. Next, formation of sigma complex takes place by releasing proton. So you get nitrobenzene plus H plus. Now this H plus reacts with HSO4 minus and it gives you H2SO4. So this is electrophilic substitution reaction mechanism. Next is nucleophilic substitution reaction. Just a minute. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. The reaction in which one nucleophile is replaced by another one. Okay. Now poor nucleophiles are alcohol and water. Weak nucleophiles are RS minus, I minus. Strong nucleophiles are RO minus, CH3CO minus, CH3COO minus, OH minus. Okay. So these are the various nucleophiles. Now in this case there are two types of solvents. First is protic solvents, in which oxygen, nitrogen or fluorine is bonded with hydrogen. See here, like water, oxygen is bonded to hydrogen, CH3OH, CH3CH2OH, CH3COOH, CF3COOH. So these are called as protic solvents or polar solvents because they have a tendency to give electrons. Second type of solvents are aprotic solvents, where oxygen is not bonded with hydrogen, like in this case CH3 C double bond O CH3. Here the oxygen is bonded to carbon, not to hydrogen. Similarly here CH3 S double bond O CH3, oxygen is bonded to sulfur. So these are non-polar solvents. Okay, now the nucleophilic substitution reactions, they are of two types. First is unimolecular SN1 reaction. Now in this case you see what happens. RX plus KOH gives you ROH plus KS. Now ROH is the product. Simply halogen has been replaced by OH. Now in SN1 reaction, the alkyl group R, it is tertiary, like here you see this is tertiary butyl bromide. Alright, this when it reacts with KOH, it will give you tertiary butyl alcohol. Br will be replaced by OH and you will get KBr. What is the mechanism of this reaction? There are two steps involved. First is heterolytic bond cleavage of alkyl halide. It is a slow step or rate determining step in which carbonium ion is formed. In case of tertiary carbonium ion, it is stabilized due to plus I effect. Now this is plus I effect due to the presence of 3 alkyl groups. There are 3 alkyl groups attached to this tertiary carbon. So it shows plus I effect. It is stable. This is slow reaction and it will form a carbonium ion. Okay, which is having positive charge plus Br. Bromine will get separated. So Br minus and CH3, CH3, CH3C plus. Okay, so where R is tertiary butyl. Now second step is addition of incoming nucleophile at the carbocation. This is a fast step. Okay, in which racemization and inversion takes place. So what happens the minute the nucleophile comes? Nucleophile is negatively charged. It gets attached to the positive charge of carbon of carbonium ion and it fixes over here. So you get the end product. So this process, second step, does not take much time. So first step is the rate determining step. Now the things which you need to remember about SN1 mechanism is low concentration of nucleophile favors SN1 mechanism. Poor or weak nucleophile also favors SN1 mechanism. Protic solvent or polar solvents favor SN1 reactions. Order of nucleophilic substitution is, it is maximum in tertiary, then in secondary and then in primary. It follows first order kinetics and a racemic mixture is obtained. Now second type of substitution reaction is nucleophilic substitution reaction, which is bimolecular. So it is called as SN2. In SN2 mechanism, the rate of reaction depends upon concentration of substrate as well as nucleophile. So it depending on concentration of 2 molecules, that is why it is bimolecular. Okay. So rate is given by R is equal to K, concentration of alkyl halide into concentration of nucleophile. So see for example CH3Br and KOH. CH3Br reacts with KOH to give you CH3OH plus KBr. Now CH3CH2Br plus KOH also gives you CH3CH2OH plus KBr. Now mechanism, this is a single step process in which formation of a transition state takes place. So when CH3Br comes in contact with OH minus, which is a nucleophile, a slow step takes place in which a transition state is formed, in which to this Br as well as OH both are attached to the carbon. So this is unstable. So automatically in the next step, which is again a slow step, the Br gets removed and OH is retained. So both are slow steps. Okay, so in transition state, breaking of old bond between carbon and the leaving nucleophile and formation of new bond between carbon and incoming nucleophile takes place simultaneously, and the formation of transition state is a slow step, and the rate of reaction depends upon concentration of substrate, that is methyl bromide, as well as nucleophile, that is OH minus. Hence it follows second order kinetics. So, and it has only inversion is involved, racemization is not involved. Order of SN2 mechanism is, it is maximum in primary, then secondary and then tertiary. And the characteristics are that solvent must be non-polar solvent or aprotic solvent. For SN2 mechanism, high concentration of nucleophile favors SN2 mechanism, strong nucleophile favors SN2 mechanism, and it follows second order kinetics. Okay. Next type of substitution reaction is free radical substitution reaction. Okay, it's here only. Free radical substitution reaction. For example, halogenation of alkanes in presence of sunlight. So see, you have ethane C2H6 in presence of chlorine and sunlight, it gives you C2H5Cl plus HCl. So hydrogen is removed and chlorine is added. Mechanism, it takes place in 3 steps. First is chain initiation. Chlorine Cl2 forms 2 chlorine free radicals, Cl dot Cl dot. And next is chain propagation. In this, the alkane CH3CH3 comes in contact with chlorine free radical to give you CH3CH2 dot plus HCl. That means it makes ethyl free radical. Now this ethyl free radical plus chlorine Cl2 gives you CH2Cl plus chlorine free radical. And the last step is chain termination. In chain termination, 2 ethyl free radicals will combine together to form butane, and or 2 ethyl free radicals will combine together to form ethane and ethene. CH2 double bond CH2 and CH3 single bond CH3. So both ways the termination takes place. So now there are no more free radicals for the reaction to continue further. Next type of reactions, they are called as elimination reaction. These are reactions in which there is removal of one simple molecule like ammonia, water, HX, halogen, halide, hydride, etc. from the substrate, forming unsaturated product. Alright. Now they are of 2 types. First is unimolecular elimination, which is called E1. This follows first order kinetics and the rate of reaction is dependent on concentration of substrate only. Like for example, if you take tertiary bromide plus alcoholic KOH, it will give you 2-methylpropene plus KBr plus H2, and alkane is getting converted into alkene. What is the mechanism? First, formation of carbocation of heterolytic cleavage. So what happens? Tertiary butyl bromide, when this gets converted into carbocation plus Br minus. This is a slow reaction. Now in the second step, abstraction of proton from beta carbon of carbocation with the help of OH minus. So when it comes in, this carbocation comes in contact with OH minus, then this hydrogen from this beta carbon, this is the alpha carbon, this is the beta carbon, from this carbon hydrogen combines with this OH minus to give you H2O, and between these 2 carbons a double bond is formed. So you get CH3C CH3 double bond CH2, 2-methylpropene. So this is how elimination unimolecular reaction takes place. Second type of elimination reaction is bimolecular. Or E2. Now in E2 mechanism, rate of reaction depends on concentration of substrate as well as concentration of the attacking reagent or nucleophile, and it is completed in a single step. Example, dehydrohalogenation of ethyl bromide in presence of alcoholic KOH. Now ethyl bromide, when it reacts with alcoholic KOH, so it loses one hydrogen and bromide. That is why dihydro, D means removal, hydro for hydrogen and bromide. Alright, so halogen, bromide is halogen, so dehydrohalogenation reaction it is called. So from this carbon it loses bromide, and from this it loses hydrogen. So in between these two carbons there is, instead of a single bond, now there is a double bond. So CH2 double bond CH2 plus KBr plus H2O. Mechanism. So in this reaction there is simultaneous removal of the leaving group and the proton from beta carbon with the help of OH minus, forming alkene. So it forms an alkene, CH2 double bond CH2, and the hydrogen reacts with OH to give you H2O plus Br minus. Okay. Now if strongly basic nucleophile is used, then the mechanism is always E2, whatever the nature of carbon atom, whether it is primary or secondary or tertiary. Now dehydration of alcohol in presence of acid is also example of E2 mechanism. Okay, like ethyl alcohol, if you treat it with concentrated H2SO4, it will give you ethene plus H2O. Next we move on to elimination versus substitution. Now see, high temperature favors elimination over substitution. Second is, if the solvent is of low polarity like alcoholic KOH, then elimination will take place. If solvent is of high polarity like aqueous KOH, substitution will take place. Alright, alcoholic KOH, elimination. Aqueous KOH, substitution. The nature of alkyl halides, tertiary alkyl halides undergo elimination reaction in comparison to substitution reactions. Now next is the nature of nucleophile. If a strong base is there, then it will favor elimination, but a weak base will favor substitution reaction. A steric hindered base will favor elimination reaction, and unhindered base or less sterically hindered base or nucleophile will favor substitution reaction. Alright, now next is rearrangement reactions. These are the reactions in which there is a transfer of a group or atom within the molecule to form a different type of molecule or product. So nothing is lost, nothing is gained, but within the molecule the positions are changed, so you get a new group. Like example, formation of urea from ammonium cyanate. Now this is ammonium cyanate, NH4CNO. When you heat it, it gets converted to NH2CO NH2. Now see, there in both the compounds there are 2 nitrogen, 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Molecular formula is the same, but this was ammonium cyanate and this is urea. Now see the mechanism. On heating ammonium cyanate, ammonia is released. You get ammonia plus cyanic acid, HNC double bond O. Now this cyanic acid again combines with ammonia to give you, one nitrogen will get a negative charge and the other nitrogen will get a slightly positive charge, and to that the hydrogen will get attached and it will give you urea. Okay, to the positively charged, to the negatively charged nitrogen, hydrogen will be shifted and you will get HNH, and this has given one of its hydrogen, so it will remain CNH2 double bond O. So this type of rearrangement of atoms within the molecule, these type of reactions, they are called as rearrangement reactions. So this finishes this chapter. Go through the questions given behind in the book.